Assistant Principal Mr. Northern talks on the recent uptick in vandalism and the steps being taken in order to curb it.
I don't know that I would say that it's prevalent. So, I think there's always been an element where there's always been a little bit of vandalism here or there. We've had maybe an uptick, like a spike in maybe some more specific things like this year, like at the early part of the year, but like there's always been a little of it sort of spaced out from time to time. So I don't know that I would say that it's been a massive change, or like we just started having issues that we never had before. We just had a stretch where we had more of it than we've had in the past, which obviously has made us take some steps to try to address that. When something gets damaged, there's going to end up being, having to do repairs depending on what it actually is. So there's always the factor of, if it takes an employee like, custodial or maintenance staff, they have to go in and actually work on something to fix it. You're talking about the time, and money, for the cost of the employee that they had to spend doing that when they could have been doing something that's more relevant that they should have done. Issues where things continue to be damaged or whatever, we might have to be more strict on, time frames of when people can use bathrooms and increase the supervision to a point.
Janitorial staff member Mr. Mark Kreitz voices his thoughts on the aforementioned uptick in vandalism.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say probably 8, 8.5. It's the worst I've seen it since I've been here. I started here in 2018. The worst is when they tore the stalls apart in the pod. A few years ago, they took screws out of it, but they didn't tear it down like it was this time. So it's just the bathrooms in generally have affected my job a lot worse than what it ever has. Constantly having to go in and plunge them, not being flushed, just piled full of paper and other stuff. Maybe they're just trying to be cool in front of their friends. I really don't know. I wish I did, but I don't. There's really not a whole lot they can do unless they can catch the individuals doing it. Maybe better supervision in the bathrooms, which I know it makes people uncomfortable, but that's my eyes, that's the only way they're going to stop it.
Despite the seemingly high amount of bathrooms closed, there are usually only 2 to 3 out of the 8 actually closed. This has been Michael Whitaker for BKTV.